What's going on, everybody? It's FREEDO here for Your Overwatch. Today, we're going to be breaking down a play-by-play Winston gameplay on Control, also known as King of the Hill. Starting off here with the most shocking carry Winston clip of my life. Have to put on an emote just for good measure, retaking the point just about by myself. I know we've talked about Winston a lot lately, so I'll try not to isolate this video to be about Winston. We've beaten that horse to death. He's a great hero, and in fact, I think he's one of the core heroes on King of the Hill most of the time, right next to Lucio. But instead, let's talk about how these team fights and engagements work out as I play with a set of random teammates against some premades as well. We initiate onto the fight where we just kind of clearly lose it. Right here, when I'm making the decision to dive in to finish the Genji, there wasn't a lot to be had there, actually. In no way were we going to be able to clutch that fight out. We don't actually have an Ana on our team, which is important, because if we were down in the fight a little bit, maybe the Ana could heal our way to victory being a man down or get some sort of crucial swing play because Ana is so powerful. But instead, since we don't have that at our disposal, diving in again, even to confirm the frag on the Genji just wasn't worth it. I should have probably just dove off the map. But this time, I try to keep away from my hard counter Reaper and dive into the main formation of the team, but I end up just charging Ryan's ultimate, getting pushed out by the Ana. Ryan slams down everybody on the stairs, and the team fight goes horribly again. So, thinking to myself, how can I improve on this next engagement? Well, first and foremost, I'm going to stand here and punch the wall a little bit while we wait for our team to properly regroup. Liam made a great video about trickling in. I shouldn't have to recover it here, but no reason to take unnecessary chip damage before we're actually ready to engage. So I cross over the center of the map there to see what's what. I engage into the enemy team. I pull their attention onto me, drop my barrier to make some space, but I make sure that I'm not in fighting before my team because that'll make it too easy for me to get countered. Now, I was able to clean up the frag on the Reaper there, mainly because his attention was focused on me, allowing for my McCree in the backline to safely secure shots on him, doing my tanking job. Use my Winston ult to just crowd control everything out of the way, and the more things that are left attacking you as Winston aren't attacking your teammates, so whatever's left, they were able to clean up the point. I mean, we won this team fight basically by pushing most of them back, killing whatever was left, and getting the point more or less for free just because of the Winston boop zoning. I do end up dying there at the end due to a sleep dart, but since I'm Winston, I can jump back in the fight pretty much at a moment's notice. So Winston death is one of the least impactful negatively on your team. So you can be a bit more cavalier with your engagements. Now, I drop this Winston bubble to the right side, trying to just cut off spacing on the point, and it ends up working quite well. It buys my McCree on the right-hand side a bit of time to lay some shots down, and a misplaced graviton by the enemy team isn't able to be capitalized on because McCree is able to zone them out from the positioning he was on the right. I think a lot of people don't realize the crowd control effects that Winston Barrier has. It isn't as obvious as like a Mei wall, which splits the entire team, but it's sort of like that in that it adds a window, like a Rhine Shield does, for your teammates to fight through. Now, really, you don't want to put them down too much in the fight. You want them to be able to sustain for a bit, because if you just drop it in the entire death ball, then it's going to get melted in a second. So it's better if it's a little bit farther out or it's used to isolate a target. But either way, we hold on to this point here. I Winston ult just to stall it, and I'm left with a decision to make. I'm here by myself. My team is kind of trickling in, but since we have the point, if I stall, we will continue to get points. But really, the only disadvantage to dying here is, one, delaying the next main team fight that we're going to be able to get, and two, charging their ults a little bit. But as you can see, the McCree already had his ult anyway, so that wasn't really a point. But what does happen is if you can get closer to that 99 mark, you might as well go for it. Now, if you already have 99, there's not really a reason to try to trickle your death there because you're not going to take them all on. But any time you can get on the board getting points is pretty much good because you can concede a little bit extra time in order to wait for that team fight as long as you're closer to just being one team fight away from winning, which is where we're at now. And we get sucked into another graviton that doesn't get followed up properly because we drop the Winston bubble and the McCree ult on the right side doesn't get any value. So I didn't do much in that team fight at all but drop a bubble, but we won it pretty handily anyway. And now they're way too far away to be able to trickle in. So we win this second point of the map quite easily. And now we're going on to the final one. Also, if you do notice, we are running a Reinhardt in this gameplay as well, who gets a bit of a bad rap in King of the Hill. He is definitely better with Ana, but he isn't terrible as long as you have ground-based DPS to shoot out of. McCree definitely is that, and our McCree in this game was utilizing the space that me and Ryan were making for him and was hitting shots. But the enemy team have a Ryan too, which is going to kind of limit our options, which is this issue that we came out with on this entry fight. We set up the Ryan shield, but with the enemy team's Ryan shield blocking pretty much the entire team, we didn't find anything until this Ana makes a horrific mistake. They had a man advantage in this fight. All they had to do was capture and zone us out from coming, but Ana tries to take an aggressive angle and I punish her. Same thing with the Pharah. I'm just weaving through the traffic of the enemy team and finding the squishies, which is a 3 to 4 second kill for me. Pretty easy pickup for Winston, and we're able to retake the point easily. That Ana made that crucial mistake, because if she's safe in their back line, able to heal their frontline characters, this entire thing probably doesn't even happen. But allowing that entry point to give you momentum into the fight allows Winston to pop on it and then snowball the fight in your favor. Now we go up to spawn trap their spawn point, which is a better tactic than I think most casual players think. Usually they're a little bit skittish about doing this. You should be skittish, but you can do it and do it right. Now, what you don't want to do is lose track of how close the Reaper is to finishing you before you end up jumping away at the last second, which I didn't even notice. He was so close to me. I thought I'd be able to get away and got a little bit too greedy there. I could have just ulted and guaranteed that I stayed alive, but nevertheless, my teammates were already so ahead from the first fight that we won from the Ana's mistake that we had ultimate advantage. They dropped Transcendence and Sound Barrier and probably even a Pharah ult, and we're able to win that quite easily. Now, on the next team fight, I'm too far away, so at this point, they should have actually backed up to regroup with me, but they didn't, so I'm trickling in from previously. But guess what? Angry Winston is available, and though I do accidentally mistime it so that they do cap the point, I knock off 2, kill the Ana, get the Reaper low, which is finished by McCree, and we retake it once again. They're never able to set up map control, and my plays in this might not seem as impactful as they are until you look at the general context of it. Now, it's easy to say, well, you knocked off 2, killed a 3rd, and then finished off the other one with the McCree's help, so obviously, yeah, I killed everything. But the momentum of the first Ana pick of this game essentially snowballed our ability to win this map entirely. Now, when I get myself into these more audacious positions, I can drop my barrier to keep myself alive, and we Winston jump all the way around the outside and find 2 poor, squishy targets, defenseless and ready to be eaten. Don't waste my time with trying to fight the tanks if I can help it on the point. Instead, I dive the squishies, who in effect actually just run past me anyway. Do some Winston maneuvers to jump straight up and down to stall as long as I can, but they do clear me up and they flip the point for themselves. Now, we are one team fight away from winning. Once again, my team's starting to go in. I'm trying to get into this speed boost so I can get in with them. Ideally, they shouldn't be contacting here before a tank is there to protect them, but they have Reinhardt's shield in front too. So even though we're a team of randoms, we're actually playing quite fundamentally strong, and we're not taking necessary chip damage. Now, once again, we find a lowly little squishy off to the side. He should be using his Ryan shield as well as our McCree is, but he doesn't. And we're able to then crowd control the entire point once again. And the space and the usage of the Rhine shield from my team, as well as the Winston pouncing, snowballed each and every fight to great effect, and we win this game quite handily. I know we do definitely need to make more videos about King of the Hill, but I thought the plays that were made and how these fights went in this game should hopefully be a good learning experience on how to capitalize on mistakes, as well as not make those same mistakes for yourself. Plenty more videos down the pipeline. If you want to request a subject, please put it in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. It really does help us out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload each and every day, and we stream on Twitch each and every day. Usually when our videos go live, but sometimes even before or after or longer, because we are partnered now and have our emote swag up and running. Dank memes for days. So come check out our Twitch live stream. You want to follow and be sure to set up email notifications so you can see when we go live. Follow our Twitter at Your Overwatch YT for updates. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.